I'm getting ready to start my next big project here on our property. Got to build a retaining wall along this bank. It's slipping off a little bit. As you can see, there used to be big oak trees lining this whole bank down through here. And back in 2012, we got hit with a EF4 tornado. And it tore down most of the trees, the bigger trees around here. And the ones that didn't tear down are starting to die out because it broke them. And I came through here and cleaned this up after we bought the property and took out most of the dead stuff and dug out some of the stumps that were rotting out. And now where the stumps were at is starting to cause the banks to slip off. You can see up there, there's a hole where one rotted out. I didn't take it out, I couldn't reach it, but it rotted out, and it's sagging down below it. But you can see right here, there's a place where a big stump was. Right there's one, and there's a hole where another stump has rotted out. And but everywhere along the bank where those big trees were at, you can see right there's two of them still left. But all along that bank where those tree stumps were that rotted out, the roots have rotted, everything below it's slipping out, and it's starting to bulge out right here. The problem is that it's causing the bank up there, our swimming pool is up there, and the brick patio that goes around the deck is starting to crack and drop on this outer side next to the bank. I'll go up there and show you what I'm talking about. You can see right here in the brick, we're starting to get cracks from here along the bank out in that direction. Is dropping, so it's causing this section of the brick patio to sink a little bit. This whole section right here has dropped about 1.5 inches in the last year or so. And I think it's just going to keep getting worse. That, I don't know if you can see next to that little orange pipes laying on the ground, there's a little bulge in the ground. And I think that is from where the bank is starting to slip. Normally you get a bulge in the dirt when it starts to slip out, so I'm pretty sure it's moving. And like I said, my project is to build a retaining wall from probably about 10 feet this side of that oak tree down there, along this curve and back down to close to where that other stump was down there. And I'm going to put 2 or probably 3 tiers of retaining wall up this bank. It's going to be a big project, so I better get to it. I got started on the retaining wall yesterday. It was really hot yesterday, so I had problems out of my excavator. It overheated on me about 30 minutes after I got started. And then I realized I didn't get video because as soon as I hit record, the memory card was full. And I didn't see it until I was pretty much well into it. After the excavator overheated, I switched off to the skid steer. It's working pretty good, but I really want to use the excavator. I have a little bit better control, but hopefully this morning I can get something done where it's cooler. It's been really hot here. It's been in the high 90s almost every day. Heat index is in the low, like 107. It's too hot to be working out in this weather right now, but I have to get this done because next week they're calling for rain because of a hurricane coming in on the east coast, and every time it does, we get a lot of rain from it. So I'm gonna try to get some work done this morning. First thing I'm gonna do this morning is clean all this up on the edge of the road here, on the edge of that bank. It's all growed up real bad, and yesterday I just about backed over the edge of the bank with the skid steer where I couldn't see it because of the brush. I should have cleaned it up better before I started, but I didn't. now what I'm gonna do is try to get a guide where to cut back into the bank. Start setting my blocks. I'm gonna set them in a kind of a U shape back in this little bend in the hillside here. So I'm gonna try to decide how far I've got to cut back and how wide I want it to be.